E.K. Engel. So I'm a different kind of geek. Yeah, my initials spell G-E-K-E, so yeah. Anyway, I've been wanting to start a booktube channel, and I'm like, okay, I've just got to do this, just bite the bullet and do it. So I'm going to start off because today is the release of Nadine Brandis's Romanov, and she's one of my absolute favorite authors and one that I know personally. And so I'm so excited for the launch of her 5th book, and I got a little surprise in the mail. It's a double bonus Nadine Brandis Day. The other week, she had a flash sale of her hardback of Fawkes, which is probably my favorite of her books, but more on that later. I absolutely love this story that came out last year, and it's about Guy Fawkes, and it's a historical fantasy, and it focuses on his fictional son, Thomas Fawkes, and there's just so much in this book. I love the Shakespearean era setting, and the use of magic, and mythical, like, people of history, like John Dee, and just, it was so cool, and the political climate at the time and the gunpowder plot and all that. So anyway, but that's not what this booktube is about. It is about Romanov, which just debuted today, so it's release day. And I absolutely love this story too, and I could actually pass up Fawkes. I've read it once. I was so fortunate to get a NetGalley review of it when it was first, like, pre-launch and arc on it. But I just today had 1 Audible credit, and so I bought the audiobook. I'm a huge audiobook fan, so I know that once I listen to it in audiobook, I know I'm going to love it even more because I just absorb books by audio, but I like writing it too. And of course, the beautiful black and gold and red cover, which some of her street team were like, let's dress in Romanov colors. Well, I happen to be wearing Romanov colors today, but it's also Arizona Diamondbacks because my son has a little league game, and so I'm actually really dressing for him, but they're Romanov colors too, so that's really cool. Anyway, I love this story. It's the story of Anastasia, and it says, the history books say that I died, but they don't know the half of it. Okay, so I am old enough to have gone to school most of my years during the Cold War. And so, like, I remember sitting in junior high school thinking there's always going to be 2 Germanys, there's always going to be the Soviet Union, just the sadness of the end of the Romanov dynasty and all of that. Little did I know by the time I graduated from high school, the Berlin Wall would come down, and the Soviet Union would be freed again and become Russia. And so it's, but back when I was in the 7th grade, there was a TV movie about Anastasia, and it was the whole idea that she had actually survived. Of course, now there's all the DNA and all that stuff that ruined it, so that Anastasia really didn't. But this story kind of assumes that she did. It's another historical fantasy, which Nadine does just so well. And I would say Fawkes focused more on the fantasy. Romanov is very heavy in the history part. So if you love historicals, and maybe if you're even a little bit iffy on the fantasy aspects, this is the book for you because there's a lot of historical fiction and the family ties, and especially Anastasia and her little brother Alexei. It's just a beautiful family story. And so I love that. This guard that's in the story, there's a bit of kind of a love-hate, do I trust him, do I not trust him romance? And it's just a beautiful, gorgeous story with a beautiful, this just is even more beautiful than the cover itself. And so Nadine, congratulations. I'm so excited. I love your books. I cannot wait to actually physically read it again, but also to listen to it on audio. And I'm excited. This is my debut booktube because, yeah, I just love this book, and I love the historical fantasy, and I hope there's many more from you, Nadine, because I need my historical fantasy fix.